Hi, welcome to HF15, the ceramics classroom at MT. I am Miss Doss, I'm the teacher here, and I am creating this video for students who are new to this room or returning to this room after a year or longer, so that we're all on the same page and you have the information you need to be successful in this space. Mustang Mutters generally runs Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3:45 to 5:30. Occasionally I have scheduling issues because I do have meetings after school. If I do have a conflict, I will post it on my door and try to have it announced in the bulletin. So just please be patient. If you come one day and I'm not open, I want to be, but sometimes there's limitations. In this video, I'm just going to kind of cover some of the spaces in the room, and then I'm going to have different videos that break down how to use the equipment and run the clay and be successful. Like I said, that's my goal, is that you use this space to have a good time and make some things that you want to take home and keep for hopefully ever more, or give to people that you care about. The Mustang Mutters is intended as an open studio, so it is open for ceramic students to be able to get a little extra time on projects and assignments, as well as make pieces in addition to those assignments, so on your own time. And then it's also available to any MT student who wants to come in and learn how to work in clay and make some pieces for yourselves. So we'll have sign-in sheets, and actually this video is a part of that process, so you're already on the right page. Behind me is our wheel throwing area. So we have about 19 wheels now, and they are available for students once you have been trained on the wheel. So if you're interested in learning how to do pottery or wheel thrown ceramic work, I will have a sign-up sheet, and then I'll have certain days of the week where you can come in and get trained. We also have a really great, it's a huge room, so I'm going to scan across here. You can see the tables at the end of the day, the stools get put up. There's a lot of cleanup that's required in this space, and we do not have some magical cleanup crew that comes in and does it for us. We are responsible for it. So if you come into the space, know straight away that when you leave it, you need to leave it as clean or cleaner than you found it. So you don't just come in and work for 15 minutes and decide it's not for you and just walk out and leave and have clay all over the table and equipment left out. Instead, the space needs to be treated respectfully, otherwise it's not available to the public. And I want to be able to keep doing that. So as you can see in the regular day class, when the students are done, tables are wiped clean. There are blue buckets and sponges and spray bottles and scrapers on every table. So those are our cleanup equipment, as well as we use them when we're working in clay. So you are to scrape down the table and then wipe it down with the sponge. Make sure the surface is truly clean, and there will be a cleanup video posted for you to know exactly how to do all of this. And then the floors are also swept and mopped. In ceramics, the most dangerous thing in this space is actually clay dust. So it's very important to try to keep clay from getting on the floor, because it dries and then we walk on it, and then it's putting this microscopic dust in the air that can aggravate people who have asthma, or it's just not great to breathe. So we want to avoid that. So we sweep and mop, and we wipe down tabletops, and we make sure we pick up and we don't play around with little pieces of clay in this space. We also have lots of equipment in here. So right here we've got a table that you can use to wedge clay. There's a video on how to wedge clay, so please watch that. We have equipment for rolling slabs of clay. That is available once you have been trained on it. So I'll post a video, but I'll ask you to also check in with me when it's your first time using it, so that we make sure you've got it going correctly. We have lots of tables and chairs, so we got it set up for 36 students. So after school, sometimes this room gets really full. We are limited to 36 students. In the past, we've had too many students in here and stuff has gotten damaged. And so it is now limited to that number. So if there is a stool, there is a place for you. If the class is full and there's no available stools, then I ask you to come back the next time, and hopefully you'll get here in time to get a space for it. On this side of the room also, we have sinks. These sinks are awesome. We're lucky to have 8 different faucets. And as you can see, there are buckets that are in the sinks. Pull one down here. And normally that bucket is right in front of the faucet. And this is where you're gonna wash your hands. Generally not clean tools, because you actually clean your tools over at the tables in those blue buckets. But washing hands and any kind of clay stuff, it needs to end up in this bin and not in the drain. That's really important. Our drains will get full and clogged, and then we're pretty much out of business in here, except for a really smelly classroom. So cleaning up over this space is important. And then there's sponges here. You can use, even washing your hands using a big sponge is helpful. There's 4 sponges that sit up here all the time that you can grab when wiping down any surface somewhere in the room that you see that needs it. Paper towel dispensers as usual. And we've got trash cans that are really for trash. We also have cans that are not for trash. So if it's got a lid on it or a sign on it, please do not put paper towels in there. We have plenty of trash cans all around the room, including by the door, paper towels, antibacterial gel I highly recommend. And this year we are asking all students to wash hands before you start working in clay. So when you first come in the room and find a spot at a table with a chair, there are hooks underneath the table, so please hang your backpacks up underneath and not on the ground where people trip or they're just in the way. But there is, once you put your things away, then come and wash your hands with soap and water or use that antibacterial gel. Just keeps everybody in a better way for this year. I think that's the overview for this room. I will cover where to put your work when it's completed and where to pick up your work once it is fired, and what the heck the word fired means in the case of ceramics on subsequent videos. So thank you for watching this introduction.